بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله وكفى وسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى أما بعد قال الله تعالى كل نفس ذائقة الموت وقال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم اذكروا محاسن موتاكم أو كما قال صلى الله عليه وسلم صدق الله العظيم وبلغنا رسوله النبي الكريم ونحن على ذلك لمن الشاهدين والشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين. قال الله تعالى في شأن حبيبه إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على سيدنا ومولانا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا ومولانا محمد وبارك وسلم يا رب صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم أما بعد. My respected elders and brothers, in reality, when a person leaves this world, we have not died, but we have been transferred. When a person leaves this world, they are transferred from one realm, one world into another world. And that will not be the end, but there will be another world after that to which we all will be transferred. And then after that there will be another world again to which we will be transferred. So that is why that is not something that ends life, but it is the continuation of life in a different world. That is all what it is. So when any person passes away in our families or in our ummah, in our community, then in actual fact we should always reflect on the reality of the matter, that it is not that the person is going to turn to dust and that will be the end of that person, but in actual fact it is just a continuation of a journey, and one leg of the journey has been completed and the next leg of the journey is starting. And those people who have Iman, who have the kalima tayyiba la ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, for them actually this journey is a one that is a source of comfort and solace. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala actually transfers them to a better world, a world in which they witness many bounties and favors of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which the people of this world have not even witnessed. And they are very pleased with what they see in that world, and they are much happier. And the life there is one in which there is a lot of peace and a lot of tranquility, and it is a life that is superior to the life of this world. But that is provided a person leaves this world with the kalima tayyiba, la ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Otherwise, Allah forbid, those who live without Iman, then it is a terrible place, very, very bad. If they suffered in this world, then that suffering is no comparison to the suffering that you will see in the next world. But those who left with Iman, the happiness they saw in this world is no comparison to the happiness they see in that world. That is why it is said that if any of the people from that world can come back to this world, those who died with Iman and they died in the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they will come back and they will say to the people of this world that don't worry about us, we are very happy where we are, you should worry about yourself and you should prepare also for this journey that we had undertaken. So when somebody departs, obviously even if it is a short journey of this world, if somebody is going for Hajj, like now the Hajjis will start going, the family, the friends, the neighbors, they all go to see the person off. They say farewell to that person. There is a bit of sadness on the separation. But we know in the back of our mind that it is just a temporary separation. Soon we all will be together. Like that, when somebody leaves from this world, naturally there is sadness, there is grief. But at the end of it all, this is a temporary parting, it's a temporary separation. Eventually we all will be together in a beautiful place. So to be grieved and to be sad is a natural thing. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned in the Quran also that when sadness overtakes them, then to overcome that sadness they read the words of Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. These words of Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un, they are such words that it gives peace to the heart. Because if we think on the meaning of the words Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un, what the meaning is that we all belong to Allah and all of us are going back to the one whom we belong to, that is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So nobody is going to stay here. No one is going to remain forever. All are going to go back there. And when we go back there, then inshallah there will be no separation after that. When a person of Iman leaves this world, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala special mercies are directed at that person. Then we enter the next world, that is the life of the grave, which is called Alam-e-Barzakh. Many a time people think that the person in the grave is like someone who's fast asleep and they don't know what is happening. But that is the body. The ruh, the soul is alive. And the soul is fully aware of what is happening. And we find that when people leave this world and they go into that world, then they actually meet their family and relatives in that world who had gone before them. Like how we meet our family and relatives when we return from a long journey, we get to meet them and there's a lot of happiness and joy. Like that, our family on that side, our relatives, our friends, they wait for us and they greet us, they meet us, and it is a happy get together. And they even ask a lot of questions. They ask about the people in the world, what is happening on this side. And there is a lot of meeting, greeting, and finding out. If they find out that a certain person had passed away and did not come to their side, but went to the other side, the bad side, Allah save us, then they get worried and they say, what happened? Why he didn't come to our side? After he passed away, he should have been on our side. Why he went on the other side? And when somebody comes on their side, that is the good side, they become very happy, they become very pleased. And now they are all together and they will stay in that condition, meeting each other, greeting each other, talking to each other, right till the day of Qiyamah. Then after the day of Qiyamah, when Hisab Kitab is over, then the ultimate abode and the ultimate home of a mu'min, a believer, is Jannah, where all will come together again and will be reunited and there will be no separation. So therefore, when somebody passes away, then to be sad is natural, it is human. But we should not lose sight of these realities which I have mentioned, that the deceased person is gone away to another world, a better world. And in that world, they expect something from us. They look forward to something from us. And that is, the more we can help them, the more we can send for them, the better it is, the happier they are. When anyone makes dua for the deceased people, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepts that dua and it is converted into rewards and given to them. In one narration it comes that a certain person, he passed away, his son used to make dua for him every time, and he used to see mountains of rewards coming. He used to say, Ya Allah, where is all this rewards coming from? I did not do all these good deeds in my life. And it is said to him that your son is making dua for your forgiveness, so we have converted that into rewards and we are giving it to you. They look forward to these du'as and they look forward to our sending sawab to them. Whatever we read and we convey, it reaches them in that world. Whatever we spend in charity on their name, and we give sadqa jariya, sawab jariya, isal sawab for the marhooms, that reaches them. We find it is mentioned that one Sahabi's mother passed away and he was very sad, which is a natural thing. He came to Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam and he said, O Nabi of Allah, my mother passed away, what should I do? Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam told him that have a well dug for her, and so long as the water will be supplied to the people from that well, till then she will continue to receive the reward and the sawab. So we see the concept of conveying sawab to the deceased is a fact, it's a reality. So the deceased look forward to this. They look forward to our reading, they look forward to our du'as, they look forward to our charity. Every time a person reads Surah Yasin and conveys it to the marhooms, it is as if we are reading 10 Qurans and conveying the sawab to the marhooms. When a person reads Qul Huwallahu Ahad 3 times and conveys the sawab to the marhooms, it is like a person read the whole Quran and conveyed the sawab to the marhooms. When a person reads Qul Huwallahu Ahad 12 times and conveys it to the marhooms, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grants them a palace in Jannah. So we see that this reading and sending sawab for them is not only a source of benefit for them, which definitely they will get and they appreciate it very much, but it is also a benefit for those who are living, because their sawab is increasing and they are getting closer to Allah Ta'ala. And when we read for our family after they leave this world, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will also let others read for us when we leave this world. But if we forget our family when we leave this world, then we will also be forgotten when we leave this world. So therefore, remembering the deceased in our du'as, making isal sawab for them, these are primary duties towards the deceased. Many a times when the sadness is still fresh, we remember, but as the years go past, we forget and we become negligent. One lady passed away and her son, he was young when she passed away. He was very sad, he read for her and everything, and then he stopped reading for her because he got so busy with his life that he was too busy, he had no time. So after many months, a pious person visited the Qabristan And that night he had a dream in which he saw that there were many deceased people for whom trees were being brought by the angels, the malaika. They were bringing these trees full of sawab, and it was mentioned to them, this tree is coming from so and so person, this tree is coming from so and so person. But with the old lady, she was sitting sad in one place, in the one corner of the Qabristan, and there was nothing coming for her. So he asked her that what is wrong? All these people are getting trees of rewards. Why aren't you getting anything? So she said, my son does not remember me. He does not send sawab for me. He said, who is your son? She said, so and so person. He lives in such and such a place. Tell him that he must not forget his mother and he must send sawab for her. So this pious person, in the morning after he saw this dream, he got up, he went looking for this young man and he found him. He asked him, are you so and so? He said, yes. Did your mother pass away? Yes. He said, I got a message for you. He said, what is the message? That I saw your mother in the dream, and all the other marhooms are receiving trays of rewards, but your mother, she gets nothing because you are her child, you are her son, and you don't remember her, you don't send for her sawab. So he made tawbah, he repented to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and he started reading and giving charity and sending sawab for her, making dua for her, and he tried to make good all that what he missed out before. A few days later, the same pious person saw these people in the Qabristan, and this time the old lady was very, very pleased and happy, and she was smiling with joy, and she came to thank him, and she told him that ever since you spoke to my son, he has realized, and now he sends sawab for me like everyone else. I also get my share of sawab. So from this we see how important it is that we should not forget our marhooms, and we should try and send for them as much sawab as possible, make dua maghfirat for them, and also very, very important that if there are any obligations they owe, it's our duty to try and fulfill those obligations. If there's some rights to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala or the rights to the people that they're owing in any way, go and settle those, try and get it sorted out so that they become freed in that world. Otherwise they become suspended until these matters are not sorted out. And also one should try to keep good with their friends, with their relatives. There's also a duty on the family that whoever the deceased was close to, family, friends, must try and keep close to them. This is also the fulfillment of the right of the deceased. In one hadith, a youngster came to Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam and he told him that I'm very sad now, I'm full of grief. When my mother was alive, I did not appreciate her and value her as I was supposed to. Now she passed away and I realized, but now it's too late, what can I do? Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam told him, if you make dua for her and you convey sawab to her and you are good to her friends and her family, then you will make her happy and pleased in that world in such a way that whatever displeasure she had for you in this world, she will even forget that and she will become happy and pleased with you. So from this we see how important it is. These are the things, these are the rights of the deceased that we have to fulfill. And we do these things, it will benefit them, it will make them happy. But more than anything else, it will make us benefit and we will get the rewards. And when the children become pious and they make dua for their parents, then that dua is one of the three things that the sawab of that and the reward of that reaches them immediately. In one hadith, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam mentioned, إِذَا مَاتَ ابْنُ آدَمْ إِنْقَطَعَ عَمَلُهُ إِلَّا لِثَلَاثٍ. When a person passes away, then all the good deeds stop, except in 3 cases. Sadaqatin Jariyah, which I mentioned about, or ilmin yuntafa'u bi, or any knowledge which you taught and people benefited and learned and they practiced on it, so you will get the reward for that. Or waladin salihin yad'u lahu, or pious children, good children, who make dua for their parents. That those pious children, their duas, that is what benefits the deceased very much after they leave this world. So by us becoming pious, we're not only benefiting ourselves, but even our deceased will benefit by our piety. So these are times that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sends us reminders. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us some chance to reflect. It's an opportunity to ponder. It's an opportunity to reform ourselves, to rectify our lives, to put our lives in order, to put our lives right. That just as they left, we also have to leave. Kullu nafsin dha'iqatul maut. Every soul is going to taste of death. We also going to taste that. One by one, everyone is going to leave this world. So before our time comes, we are given a reminder that try and do everything, try and put everything right, try and sort out all your affairs and your matters, so that when you leave this world, you are ready, you are prepared, and you are looking forward to the journey to meeting Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The one who desires to meet Allah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala desires to meet Him. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us this opportunity that whilst we are doing for the deceased and reading for them and making dua for them, it's also an opportunity for us to put our lives in order, to put our lives in line, to prepare ourselves and to become pious. If we become pious, as I said, it's not only going to benefit us, but the deceased will also benefit. And the greatest wish of every person at the time of death will be, فَأَصَّدَّقَ وَأَكُمْ مِنَ الصَّالِحِينَ. Ya Allah, I wish I could become pious. I wish I could become from the Salihin. That is the wish of every person at the time of death. But it's too late to make the wish at the time of death. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to become pious when we are living, not when we are gone from this world. It's too late. Once we are gone, there's no question of becoming pious. The question of becoming pious is when we are living. So we should remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We should make zikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We should make tilawat of the Quran. We should read our salah. We should give our charities. We should try and do good work. All of these things, inshallah, will help us, and it will help also the marhumeen. We make dua, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant her Jannatul Firdaus and make her maghfirah. As we all know, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave a very Mubarak day after a very Mubarak month. This is a sign of, inshallah, a good ending. It is a sign of a good death, that after such a Mubarak and blessed month, on such a Mubarak day, to leave this world in the day of Allah's special favors and mercies, in a day when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala announces complete amnesty and forgiveness of everyone. Even those who are not forgiven in Ramadan, they are forgiven on the day of Eid. Such a great day it is. And then it was also a Jummah to the Friday. So these were Mubarak times, Mubarak days. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant her Jannatul Firdaus, make her maghfirat, give sabr to everybody in the family, fill her qabr up with noor, and give her much more peace and happiness in that world than that she saw in this world, and grant her family tawfiq to remember her to make dua for her, to send sawab for her, to change their life, to become pious, to become salihin. Inshallah, if we follow this path, then there's success in this world and there's success in the akhirah. You also read Qul Wallahu Ahad 3 times to convey the sawab. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل والله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل والله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل والله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. Ya Allah, convey the sawab of this to the marhuma and grant her Jannatul Firdaus. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina wa Mawlana Muhammad wa ala ali Sayyidina wa Mawlana Muhammad wa barik wa sallim. Rabbi ighfir warham wa anta khairur rahimin. La ilaha illa anta subhanaka inna kunna min al-zalimin. اللهم اغفر لها وارحمها وسكنها في الجنة. اللهم اجعل قبرها روضة من رياض الجنة. اللهم احسبها حسابا يسيرا فروح وريحان وجنة نعيم. اللهم اغفر لحينا وميتنا وشاهدنا وغائبنا وصغيرنا وكبيرنا وذكرنا وأنثانا. اللهم من أحييته منا فأحيي على الإسلام ومن توفيته منا فتوفى على الإيمان. اللهم لا تحرمنا أجرها ولا تفتنا بعدها واغفر لنا ولها يا أرحم الراحمين يا حي يا قيوم يا ذا الجلال والإكرام. اللهم اغفر للمؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات الأحياء منهم والأموات إنك سميع قريب مجيب الدعوات. اللهم اغفر موتانا وموتى المسلمين. اللهم اغفر لهم وارحمهم يا رب العالمين. اللهم افتح لهم في قبورهم ووسع لهم فيه يا الله ونور لهم في قبورهم يا رب العالمين. وثبتهم بالقول الثابت عند سوال النكيرين. واجعل دارها خيرا من دارها في الدنيا وابدلها دارا خيرا من دارها ولباسا خيرا من لباسها وراحة خيرا من راحتها يا رب العالمين. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. وصلى الله على النبي الكريم وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين.